back in that other room? Did the teleporter fail or something?
Something feels off about it.
Look! Everything's upside down!
The furnishings are, at least. No, you're right. The whole room's flipped on its head.
So what was once down is now up, and vice versa. I suppose the teleporter reversed our orientation then.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind.
You can never be too prepared. But did we have to spend... so much?
Huh? Something smells...
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
Would you perchance be interested in going on a walk together?
Why? You're not on guard duty for another few hours.
Which is why I want to walk. To hear the music in these parts.
Music? Where are you going to find musicians all the way out here?
There's more to music than what people play. It's in the grass, fluttering in the wind, the leaves in the trees, and the songs of birds and insects. Once you open your ears, you'll find that music is truly everywhere in this world.
What sounds like music depends on who's listening, huh? It's an interesting idea, but I think it might be a little too difficult for me. Speaking of music, whatever happened to your instruments? You used to be a musician, didn't you?
Those are well out of my reach at this point. That aside, I don't feel that I yet have the right to play any of them again. You could say that it is in part my way of atoning for that which I have failed to do over the years.
Meaning that you haven't completely given up on making things right.
Do you think me a fool stuck in the past?
Not at all. In fact, far from it. You sound like you're still holding out hope for a brighter future. Picture yourself being able to play your music again. Doesn't that motivate you to keep going even when things get tough?
I see what you mean. I didn't realize that drive still lingered within me. The darkness in one's heart is sure to manifest in their music. However, I promise you that one day, when that darkness has finally lifted, I shall let you hear me perform.
Well, now that you've said it, you're gonna have to follow through. I look forward to hearing you play.
I do believe it's about time that I retire. Shall we get moving?
We've reached our destination. I guess this is the flip side of that pathway we were walking on just a little while ago.
This is crazy. Who knew such amazing technology existed?
Everything's topsy-turvy and that's all you can think about?
Bear in mind, the core of Rena now sits above us. I pray that we won't encounter many stairs along the way.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
You're mine! Huh? You picked the wrong fight! Here I come!
Radiant Blood!
Thunderfang!
This is gonna need all of us together!
Rising Falcon!
Lunar
Thunder!
Anything in Exploit the enemy's weakness.
Annihilation! By the power of Radiant
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Here I come! Ruin Kick! Stardust!
Logan!
Void Blast!
Ready!
Rising
Denied!
Shooting star! Chain between heaven and earth!
Glacial
Take
Spear!
this!
Piercing
I'm not done!
In a vine?
Thunder! The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Penumbra!
Lunar Got it!
Everlasting Shock!
Now's our chance!
Drive!
Thunderfang!
Down the way!
Thunder Field!
Strike! Burn in hell!
Down on the ground!
Rising Falcon!
Thanks for the healing. Watch yourself, okay? Yeah, you too. Tempest Swirl! Glowing light!
Ruin!
Celestial Banner! Lightning!
Thunderfang! Dragon Force!
I'll heal you all! Raging
I'm not done! Thunder! Dragon Force!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! By the power of light!
Ready to go!
I'm not
Raging
done!
Storm!
Death I'm not done! Now it's... Take this! Rising
Okay. I don't know what I'd do without you.
I'm not done!
Perhaps now isn't the time?
I really don't.
It's wide open!
It won't escape me!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclops!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
What are those? They look like Shion's thorns, and with flowers too.
Not real ones, though. They're just like that flower growing out of Rena.
We must be getting close to the Great Spirit now.
Hey, Rinwell, what was that thing you said about how a little bit of Dana's Great Spirit is inside all of us?
Right. That's why Dana's Great Spirit is so much more diluted. Weak, even. Whether it was a choice so it didn't overpower others, or just the way it is anyone's guess.
If that's true, then wouldn't it mean Dana's will could never form under natural conditions?
Yeah, sounds like that's probably the case.
So if Dana exists within all of us, then what if something occurred that brought everyone's hearts and minds together as one? That unity could potentially act as Dana's will.
You mean if everybody was, like, thinking the exact same thing at the exact same time? Come on, there's no way we could pull that off.
I know it's a long shot, but it might work.
Let's assume that's even possible for a second. Would it even be enough to fight back against Rena's Great Spirit?
If nothing else, it might be an option if we can't use the Renas Alma.
Things are different here than on the surface.
That shows how deeply we've ventured into Rena.
And how close we've come to the real enemy.
So here's a question. We came all this way to Rena on the assumption the Renas Alma's here, right?
Don't say it, Law.
Yeah, but I'm just saying...
I said don't.
I can understand why you might be concerned, Law. But you need to remember that there are people it affects more directly than you.
Oh, sorry.
We've managed to make it this far believing. Losing faith now won't do us any good. We're better off focusing our anxiety elsewhere.
Such as?
The Great Spirit. If Hevrecht 35's to be believed, our enemy won't just be handing over the Renas Alma to us. At least, not without a fight.
Not only that, but that same enemy just gulped down more than an entire world's worth of astral energy.
Point taken. It may be strange to say, but when I'm fighting, or at least know what needs to be done, it helps me a lot. I don't doubt myself as much. So thanks, both of you. The floor's on the ceiling and the ceiling's on the floor. This whole thing's making my head spin. Why would they even do something like this?
The Helganquil can bend life forms to suit their will. Nothing they could do at this point would surprise me.
The ceiling is on the floor. That doesn't weird you out?
What good is a team made up of members who all share the same opinions on everything? And besides, when you get to be at my ripe old age, one begins to consider it quite uncouth to show one's true emotions at times.
Oh, come on, Grandpa. You can't be that old.
The sands of time wait for none of us, lad.
Yeah, we'll see. Though at this rate, I guess I'll have to live long enough to get as old as you first, huh?
You will. And when the time comes, I look forward to hearing you change your tune on the matter.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alphen!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside
Here
you!
I go!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Be still! Shut him down!
Now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Come on!
Here!
Rising Falcon! We turned the tables on him!
There are still more left!
Right! No time to hold back!
Negative
jet.
I'm ready!
I'm not done!
All yours, Kisara!
Not a chance!
Now!
Rinwell! Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
This one will be difficult to
This one's mine! Far beyond the darkest sky! Don't mind if I do! Healing! Ring of Fury! Burning! Glass water! It's a dual blow! Blood! Free Lancer! Pierce evil!
Not today!
What's it?
Still! Sion, can you take care of them?
Do it! No sooner said than done! Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Rising Wyvern!
First aid!
I'm in your debt,
Never
Dohalim.
miss!
Then tonight's meal is on you.
You've got what to make.
Don't get in my way! Reload! Far beyond the darkest sky!
Come one, come on!
Blah, blah,
Here,
blah,
let me help.
Rising Wyvern!
Freeze Lancer! Too much to handle? I'll fix you up! Tempted Swirl! Recover! Huddle! Tempted Whirl! Find aid! Celestial Hunter! Searing Flame! Don't mind if I do! Reload!
Now we're not...
Here's a healing art! You get the gist! First aid! Star! Do it!
Awaken
Dohalim!
and wreak havoc!
In an instant! Impact Frost!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this. Out of our way!
You picked the wrong fight!
Hey, Freeze Lancer! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon
Take this!
thee!
Swallow blade!
Airborne beasts. My spec.
Now you see what I can do! Airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Come and face me!
Divine Flavier! Red! Freeze Lancer!
I'm ready!
Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! You don't mess around!
Certainly not.
Magic is resurrection! Freeze Lancer! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon Hearts Fire! I never miss! This one's mine!
Catapult! Do it!
I never miss!
Lunar Rondo!
Shooting Star! Far beyond the darkest sky!
As impressive as always.
And here I hope that wasn't too bad.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever.
I've never seen Sion actually look good. Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! Back into the fray! Radiant
Stay
clear!
still!
Shooting star! Magic is Freeze Lancer! Far beyond the darkest sky! You can do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
careless.
Don't tell me!
They smite the dragon blade! You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha!
Burning strike!
Be careful, everyone. This blast isn't normal.
Armor won't save you! Negative
Burning
gate!
strike!
We've got fire!
I've got this! Let a mark can handle it!
All yours!
Divine Savior! Here
Take
goes!
this!
Freeze Lancer! Freeze Lance not in your dreams!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Leave the enemy's art to me!
No complaints here!
Do it! Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Denizen! You don't mess around!
Certainly not.
I never miss! Wonder Man! Shooting star! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all meteors! Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here's
We turn the tables on him.
There are still more left!
Right! No time to hold back!
Shooting star! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and
They smite
purify
with
all
dragon
meteors!
blade.
Sword!
Take
this!
Blew away!
I can do it! Where that came from?
Only the best materials in your gauntlets.
You really do have quite the discerning eye, Dohalim.
Yeah, they all kind of look the same to me.
Way. Purge malevolence!
Come one, come all!
Freeze Lancer! Purge malevolence! Art expert, cut through! Go! Far beyond the darkness! Your wings won't save you from me!
Now you see what I can do!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly!
Not today!
Meteor storm! By the
I think we can get through this.
Don't let up until it's over!
Who said anything about letting off?
Double Demon Fang! No further! More sizzles?
Keep calm and calm! Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
All thanks to you. Make it rain! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Leave the enemy's arts to me!
No complaints here!
Meteor storm! A chain between heaven and earth!
This one's mine!
Energy of lightning! Showtime! Divine safe! Oh, sparkling stars of light! Rain down and purify all! Meteor storm! Oh, sparkling advance! Meteor storm!
I owe you so much, Rinwell.
Maybe my arts do have a place in this world.
Sure, there's tons of
Blah,
them.
blah, blah! Where are you going? Blah, blah, blah! Not on my watch! Blah, blah, blah!
Igneous! Reinforcements incoming!
Not a problem! Shooting star! Oh, blah, blah, blah! Here's evil!
Far enough!
Meteor storm!
In a bind?
Blah, blah, blah! Do it! You get the joke! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
There you go, Alvin!
It's time to end this battle!
I'm right beside you! Freeze Lancer! Far beyond the darkness! Alvin! Astral energy!
Say no more! Take it!
Magic advance! Freeze Lancer! A chain between heaven and earth!
Anything in armor is all mine!
Divine Savior!
Pierce through!
I can carve through armor!
Burn in hell!
You are in tip-top shape!
As soon as I'm done here, come help out.
How could a girl ever say no?
As impressive as always.
No, I mean, you're even better than ever. I've never seen Xion actually look flustered. I'm going to need
No further!
power in my knowledge to accomplish Meteor storm! You get to divine Savior! Here's enough! Go get him! Oh, you get the gist. Meteor storm! Lord Jedi Aqua! Laser ray! A chain between heaven and earth. A wailing banshee of lightning. Divine savior. Ready and ready. There. Go. Take the go. You get the gist. Mega ray. Meteor storm. Raging storm. Finish without a
This one's mine!
Celestial hammer. Art expert. We're coming through. One last one.
Dragon swarm!
You get the gist.
Prepare to be seized!
Far enough. Oh, Spark, you get the gist. Their arts were interrupted. Reload! Go
Your skills are formidable. They belie your youth.
Really? It's my art you should be thanking, not me.
Give yourself more credit.
Meteor storm!
Flaming switch to offense! Flaming falcon!
Flaming meteor! Not so smug now.
You fight better at a distance. The further away, the better. You and I both.
Divine savior! Sparkling stars! Do it!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Sparkle! With this, I can become even stronger. Stars of light! Rain
Eat dirt!
Mega ray! Gemini Aqua!
No matter what, nothing gets past my shield.
Annihilation! Here's a healing art! Birthday! Stars of light!
I can carve through armor!
Meteor! Far beyond the darkest sky! Arctic Word's mine! Shooting star! Gemini Aqua!
Can't get out of this!
Annihilation!
Soaring light sphere! You picked the wrong fight!
Shooting star!
Glacial spear.
Pierce evil! Don't mind if I do! Shooting star!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's
Outstanding
for.
form!
Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Dragon swarm!
Here's your close one! Right back at you!
Shattering thrust!
Here's another one! Shooting!
Piercing
Come
roar.
on!
Meteor storm! Close one!
You require a hand.
Double sea herd!
Nothing gets by me.
Shooting star!
Here I come! Rising wyvern! You can't get out of this!
Let's keep up the pressure.
Meteor storm! Here's another one! One last one! Here's a one!
Incineration ray!
Where are you going? A chain between...
I'll burn it all! Flaming pillar! Fire!
Lunar corruption! Far beyond the darkest sky!
Battle!
I hold body!
This one's mine.
Annihilation! By the shooting star! Finish trace! Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Got it!
Well done!
Incineration wave!
Take
this!
A chain between heaven and earth! A wailing banshee of divine! A chain between heaven and earth! Magic is there! Divine safe! A chain between... You get the gist!
Now see what I can do!
Nothing gets by
Rising
me!
wyvern!
Can't
Corona!
Hit! One more!
Lion howl!
Here goes!
Dragon swarm!
Bullseye!
Glacial spear!
This one's mine! One hit!
I don't even know the word defeat.
Blah, 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 magic! Freeze laser! You get the gist! If it's in the sky, it's mine! Shooting star! Healing, you get the gist! Freeze
Burn in hell!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Right.
It's time to finish this. Die! Consuming wildfire!
Anything in armor is all mine!
One last one! Champion Strike! Celestial Hammer! Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more. This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
This'll be a delicious piece of cake. That'll bring you down.
Come on, come on!
Now you see what I can do!
Demon Fang!
Here,
Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
I'm not so good with airborne targets. Stars of light, rain down and pure
Got fire!
I've got this. Let a marksman handle it.
All yours! This one's mine!
Divine power of water. Do it. Outfit.
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix
Cyclone! Did it!
Yeah. Nice technique. All upon thee. Lightning strike. Mega.
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malata!
Rising
By
Weather!
the power of flame. Finish without a trace. Do it. Alvin. Astral energy.
Say no more.
Thank goodness we won. Looks like some solid equipment.
Zoogles here are putting up a real fight.
That just goes to show how important this place is.
Or perhaps they simply thrived freely here under such harsh conditions.
I don't give a damn why they're here. We'll burn it all to the ground.
The astral energy here is so dense. It's like trying to walk through water.
I know the Great Spirit's will is in the center of Rena, but with the world in this state, the entire planet has become its body, right? So doesn't that mean we're already inside it?
I would say that is horrifyingly correct. After all, the further we climb, the denser the astral energy becomes.
What's the matter, Rinwell? Are you not feeling all right?
No, it's nothing like that. It just feels like the energy here is a little more intense than it was before.
You mean Rena's energy?
Yeah, it's like when I made contact with Dana's will in the wedge. It's almost as though I can understand what Rena's will is thinking.
But Rena's will is supposed to be a lot stronger. Aren't we risking the Great Spirit controlling us if we interact with it directly?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Rena's will is only supposed to control true Renans, like the Helganquil. If we can discern what the Great Spirit is thinking too, we might learn something, a weakness. But just to be safe, let me contact it alone.
Are you insane? Rinwell, you're gonna...
Rinwell!
There was only meant to be one world. And your goal is to make them one. Is this fear? What just happened?
Are you all right? Rinwell? Rinwell, are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I think.
What were you thinking? You could have gotten yourself killed!
He's right. You had us all terrified, Rinwell.
I'm sorry. I really am. But I know now. I know how the Great Spirit thinks. I know what it wants, how it feels. Rena's Great Spirit wants to complete the world.
What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying it's trying to make something?
Yes, exactly. Originally, Dana and Rena were meant to be one world. But that never happened. They've stayed separated, and the Great Spirit wants to finish the process.
What do you mean, one world? How is that even possible?
I don't know, but its will is clear. That's what the Great Spirit is trying to accomplish. The only problem is that since Rena's energy isn't evenly spread like Dana's, it seems like it'll vanish before that happens naturally.
So it's trying to absorb Dana while it still can, so that it can force the two planets to unite. Is that what you're saying?
The Great Spirit is scared. But it's not scared the way a rational person would be. It's more raw and undiluted, like just pure fear.
Like an animal, acting out of instinct. Although admittedly, an animal would be easier to communicate with. At the very least, I have my doubts that it recognizes us as sentient beings with a reason for coming here. Earth, water, fire, and wind energy exist in both worlds, but only darkness and light can be found within Rena and Dana, respectively. The Renas Alma, as far as we know, the only host capable of harvesting the astral energy, is composed of all six. Knowing all that, Rinwell's findings do sound plausible.
That sounds a lot like Shion's thorns, doesn't it? The whole reason the Great Spirit is trying to unite Dana and Rena into one world is in order to save itself. And if her thorns are part of the Great Spirit, then they must also be trying to save themselves?
Alphen, what is it?
We thought the only way to free your thorns was for you to die. Yet despite that, they seem to be doing everything in their power to stop that from happening to you. Something wasn't adding up. But then I just realized something. If the Great Spirit doesn't want to die, then neither would your thorns. Those same emotions, that fear, that determination, and its energy must have been the same thing that was keeping you alive. You were its vessel.
In that case, Is that why her thorns caused so much pain to anyone who touched her? Because they were trying to protect themselves?
If that's all true, then... well, it's more than a little ironic.
The Great Spirit merely expresses its desires. I imagine it was the Helganquil who were likely tasked with putting together and implementing an actual plan.
Shion.
I'm okay. We need to hurry and clean this mess up before it gets out of hand.
Still, even if the current state of the world is wrong like you said, does that really make everything okay?
If the world had been whole from the start, as it should have been, there'd be no Dana and no Rena, no masters or slaves, no lords, no crown contest, maybe just peace.
To think, all this started because of the Great Spirit's desire to keep living. The only reason it craves energy is because it's dying from starvation. When you think about it like that, maybe the things it's done aren't so strange after all.
If Rena had been more like Dana, things would have worked out a whole lot better.
It's like Hevrecht 35 told us. The Danan and Renan spirits are meant to be completely different beings.
Rena's energy amassing in one place led to its developing a powerful will. But that also made it crave energy, sapping Rena dry until it perished.
Whereas Dana's energy is dispersed, meaning its will never developed to the same extent. And without that hunger, Dana the planet was spared.
As for which is correct, well, I'm not sure it's our place to even say. Still, I can't help but think it reminds me a lot of the dichotomy of the human condition.
Dichotomy? What do you mean?
Those who know not satisfaction are driven to keep devouring without limit. But those who are content with their lot in life rarely fulfill their potential. I imagine it's likely that the larger Rena's Great Spirit grew, the more and more powerful its hunger also became.
Everything in moderation. When all's said and done, maybe that's the hardest thing for people to learn.
You picked the wrong fight!
Look shot! A chain between heaven and earth! Ground and power! Healing arc!
Save you! Tear!
Divine! Sparkling stars of light! Here! Rain
Not
down!
today!
Sky arm!
Now or never!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon shooting stars!
Far enough! Demon Fang! Double Demon
Shooting
Fang!
stars! You got company!
Amazing.
Sweet dreams!
Okay,
This
here
one's
we
way
go.
better at a distance. Make it further away, frozen!
Hammer!
I'll do everything I can with this power.
Make us proud, Alphen.
Yeah, we're counting on you.
I guess I am too. A little.
Get lost! Purge Here goes! Water freeze lancer! Where are you going? Far beyond the darkest sky!
Shattering
Pieces! Those flying creatures are a real pain in the butt!
Blind!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing arc to accomplish this. Shooting star! Resurrection!
Overblade! Demon Fang!
Savior! King
get out of this!
Divide!
My head's spinning just watching.
It's weakened!
This ends now!
That's my one!
Leave the charges to me.
Shooting Lancer!
Deny.
Shooting Star!
Dragon
Here
Ball!
goes!
Here goes!
Golden Pearl! Searing Flame! Bullseye! Radiant Attack! Savior!
Soaring Light Spear!
Here's the Beyond the Darkest Sky!
Anything in armor is all mine.
Hurricane Legend!
Flaming
Shooting Star!
to be let free!
Obtain between heaven and earth!
Spear.
Pierce evil! A whale! Divide!
Armor won't save you!
Freeze Lancer! Hurricane Flood! Magic is in!
Take this!
Do it!
Dohalim! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
Wherever we go on this planet, there are machines littered everywhere.
It's impressive to look at as a bystander, but I sure would... You want to live here with all of this around.
I know what you mean. There are no fish here. I couldn't cook any of my delicious dinners for you all if we lived here.
Clearly the worst point against it.
Go no further! Pierce evil! One bar behind the sky! I call upon thee! By the power of I never miss! Hurricane Blade! Radiant Shooting Star!
Lightning Storm! Rising Star! Burn in hell!
Gemini Aqua! Don't mind if I do!
Flaming! I'm ready! Burn! Far enough!
Freeze Lancer!
Swallow Blade!
Divide
Double
Savior!
Demon Fang!
Lunar
Demon
Eruption!
Fang! Double
Lunar
Demon
Blast!
Fang!
Attain between heaven and earth!
Eternal
A
Devastation!
wailing banshee of light! Divide Savior! Hear my call!
In a bind?
Hurricane Strike!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare to Malisa!
Time to shine! Far
Demon
beyond the
Fang!
darkest
Dark
sky!
Demon
I
Fang!
rise and shine! Arts requires complete focus! Here's a healing art!
You picked the wrong fight!
Could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to
Here's
stop.
the magic is there!
Here's
Freeze Lancer! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Here's healing art!
So tired. All that running around is catching up with you.
No,
Double Demon Fang!
I don't think I could.
Double Demon Fang! Stay away from my friend! Demon Fang!
Guardian
Demon
Field!
Fang!
I'm ready to go.
Celestial
Eat dirt! Thanks!
Tunnel! Raging Storm!
I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare to Malisa!
Hurricane Strike! This one's mine! Amazing! Magic is in! Here goes! Bring you down! Don't mind if I do!
Far enough!
Radiant Fire! Here goes! Get him!
Rising
Hit
Laser!
him! Celestial
Finish it!
Hunter! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Be a delicious piece of cake. Oh, Let's end this and get a bite to eat instead. It'll body into next week!
Gotta break through! This one's mine!
Free answer! Far beyond the darkest sky! I can't heal you forever! Glacial Spear! Complete evil!
They're carved through one! Sword Rain Alpha! Radiant Blast! Eternal Devastation!
Far beyond the darkest sky!
You picked the wrong fight!
Watch your back! Flaming Meteor! Flame of Shooting Star! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Shooting Star! Alpha! Astral Energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! The sky is mine! This one's mine! Beast Assault! Shooting Star! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Healing Circle!
I
Denied!
owe you one.
Shooting Star! Thanks for the healing. Watch your back.
We turned the tables on her.
You too. It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Lightning! Downfall!
Radiant
Flame of Fury!
Dohalim! All yours, Kisara! My concentration is dwindling. Perhaps I'm tired.
Get lost! This one is right back at ya! Glacial Spear! Glacial Fire! The wise warrior knows when to call it quits!
So those thorns of Shion's, they're really a part of Rena's great spirit?
Most likely, but only a small fragment of it in the big picture. I don't sense a will of its own emanating from them.
If it's that... that insignificant, is there that much point getting rid of it?
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for your privilege! The chain between heaven and earth!
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing word! Blah blah blah! Freeze Lancer! Far beyond the dark!
I will carve through armor! Take this!
Shooting Star! Blah blah blah! Divine Savior! Glacial Spear! Piercing Ear! This one's mine! Far blah blah blah! Shooting Star! Resurrection! One more! Blah blah blah! Divine Savior! One last one! Far blah blah blah! Shooting Star! I can do this all day! Hit! Outstanding form! One more! Bullseye! Far beyond the darkest sky!
Hold nothing back!
I call upon thee!
Ready and ready!
Barbie Magic Slam! Shooting Star! You get the gist! Burning Strike!
Ignite!
Water! You get the gist! Divine Savior!
Armor won't save you!
Divine Savior!
No further!
You get the gist! Shooting Star!
Explosive ring!
Healing Circle!
I owe you one.
Go get it!
Here I come!
Gotcha! Hurricane Force! Hit! Party on the darkest blah blah blah! Do it! Alpin! Astral energy!
Say no more! Shot!
Well done!
Sonic thrust!
Reload!
This one is
mine! Take it!
Crush!
And again! Radiant
Fire
Meteor storm! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Shooting star!
Ignite!
Magic is there!
Tiger
Shooting star!
Blade!
Far beyond! Not on my watch! Time to shine!
You're on!
Shooting star! Blah blah blah!
I'll smash you!
Amazing.
Blah blah blah!
It looks like we made him mad.
Hit! Take that! Go get him! By the power of water! Close one! Gotcha! Hit! Here's another! Here! One last one! Out of ammo! Raging storm! Celestial Tunnel! Tiger blade! Healing circle! Sparkling stars!
Thank you for all your help. I'll take you all on. Ha! Flare Demolition!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Annihilation! Shooting star! Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Shooting star! Blah blah blah!
Overwarm! Save you!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I call upon thee! Shooting star!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Sword and shield!
A classic combination.
This looks nice and tough.
Dead end, huh?
Why don't we just use this?
Wait!
Jeez! Don't scare me like that! What, is there something wrong with it?
No, it's not that. It's just, this is it. Whatever it is, we're about to find out.
It's the moment of truth. There's no turning back now till we've won. Either we get through this, or we vanish along with the rest of the world as we know it. Is everyone ready?
We've come this far. I'm not about to turn tail now. I say we knock this thing out and head back home.
It's time to relegate the past to where it belongs. It's been a long journey getting here, but it ends now.
No, this isn't the end. Once we've overthrown the old order, there's still the task of creating a new world.
A world without divisions, where no one cares whether you're Danon or Renan, or if you have magic or not. You're right. We have to win this. Woo-hoo!
Let's get going then. After all, our future awaits.
Our future. One free of tyranny and exploitation. For the freedom to live with those we hold dear. And for a new era. Let's go!